Hey, hi friends. So we're gonna try something a little bit interesting here, and that's I said this last time. First, let me start by saying that I actually have chat brought up on my phone, so hopefully I'll be able to see both YouTube and Twitch comments. But we're testing. But anyways, okay, so we're starting 15 minutes early, uh, because I wanted to do a horror story with you guys live. I thought that'd be a lot of fun. I don't know if my sound's better too. I tried to turn the sound down a little bit because I was peaking way too much last time. If it's too low, I'm sorry. Like I'm trying my best to try to find a happy medium here. But yeah, what started this is I keep being accused of being AI for all the stories that I publish. This one dude does not believe that I'm writing them. And I don't care to prove it to him, but I said, you know what would be fun? Like writing in October, and this isn't taking up the time, I promise. In October, I plan to publish one story every single day for the month of October, an original horror story, 31 stories. And I still haven't done them all yet because a lot of stuff came up and I'm backlogged. Anyways, I thought if I have to do it anyways, why don't we do it on stream? Because maybe I can let some of you guys know that this is another thing that I do besides the stream. And if anybody's interested in original horror, I do both narration as well as write it so you can read for free. Then maybe this is a way to help grow that brand a little bit. And if no one's interested, we're going to play WoW so soon. That's why I actually have this timer right here. So if you're watching, hopefully you'll be able to see this timer. I'll throw it on top. There it is. See that timer ticking down? When that reaches 0, we're going to play World of Warcraft. So if you don't care about this, fast forward the VOD until this reaches 0. And when this reaches 0, we'll play WoW. If you do care, you want to support my writing, it's just 15 minutes. Quick 15 minutes of writing, and then we'll jump right into World of Warcraft. I appreciate everybody's patience while I try to figure this out. I know it's sort of strange for Twitch and all that razzmatazz, sugars and jazz, but I appreciate it, guys. Like I'm trying to sort of juggle both. I thought this would be a neat idea. So let's get into it. This is one of the stories I'm going to be publishing for October. Um, it's poems, all kinds of stuff. But this is the name I came up with, the Schrodinger paradox, and I thought it was a really cool idea, just the name itself. So I figured I would write this with you guys. You could see it happen in real time, so you could know how clever I am that I can use AI while I'm making it appear like I'm actually writing it. And then we'll play World of Warcraft. Okay? Let us begin. I'm sure this is maybe a little bit pretentious. I don't know, dude. It seems like fun to me. So let's try. Okay. I apologize, not going to be as much talking maybe while we do this, but you know, it's sort of like seeing how the sausage is made. I always found it fascinating to watch how people like do stuff like this, so I thought, why not share? If no one cares, that's fine. Wow, really, really soon. Hopefully the timer's still up. Yes, it is. Beautiful. Okay, let's go. I wasted so much time talking. Speak very fluent in Japanese, let me tell you. Okay, so this is where we'll start. Super rough draft. Spelling mistakes, grammatical errors. I don't give a fuck. It's like vomiting on the page. That's what the first draft is. Okay, here we go. Like what I'm writing may not even make any sense because I'm gonna have to go back and edit it, but we just vomit on the page and then we fix later. Yeah, like, this doesn't make sense, but who cares? It's just a placeholder for when I refine it. Discovery of its. We don't want to say its whereabouts because we don't know where it is. Upon discovery of its absence, upon discovery of its absence, we all lockdown procedures. Yeah, see, absolute dog shit spelling. Uh, upon its discovery, absence, all lockdown procedures were still in place. The beast found on escape in spite of 3 layers of concrete in spite of being held behind 3 layers of concrete and what's like a thick and titanium plated bolts. Little is known about the beast other than its ability to travel without detection, making tracking it impossible. When examining its molecular, God, I can't spell that, structure, we have yet to build a understanding of its biological makeup. When you try to draw blood, unable to do so as its circulatory system. God, if you guys ever want anything to make fun of me, it's this. I'm so dyslexic, it's gross. As its circulatory system appears to be a series of bladders, much like a cellophane. I cannot spell that either. That's like a goodness. Yeah, I can't doesn't even know what I'm trying to say. But I'm trying to say it's like a like not like what's Cthulhu based off of? Like a monkfish, not a monkfish, but a like an octopus, a squid, something like that. Appears to be a series of bladders, which is cellophane. Upon using an industrial laser, we were able to slice a small scale from the animal's back, and upon further inspection, it appears like it's ecular. Yeah, okay, I knew about that. I don't care. Structure, maintains a constant movement. Are we doing the timer? 7 minutes left, and we're playing World of Warcraft. Structure maintains a constant movement, aligned with Schrodinger's paradox. Paradox of oh, I'm in the wrong place. Aligns with Schrodinger's paradox. While we cannot describe its chemical makeup, it appears like the beast is able to coexist in 2 spots simultaneously. Everything we understand about physics does not apply to this beast. Its whereabouts still remain unknown. If seen, approach with extreme caution. Extreme caution. based on its structure, we believe it's able to transfer its, we believe it's able to, not transport, I want to use a better word, it's able to navigate itself much like nanoparticles. I don't know how accurate any of the science is. Like, again, just throw it out there, fix it all in the second or third draft. But this is what writing is. This is the fun of it. This is why I love it so much, because when you do stuff like this, it's just being creative, filled with mistakes, just an absolute cluster, a disaster, and then you fix it, and then people don't normally see this. I wanted to show you guys this part because this is the part that everybody hides. Everybody's so ashamed. My writing stinks, my grammar stinks, the story stinks. I don't even know where I'm going with it. I want to show you guys this is how everybody does it. The Neil Gaimans, the Stephen Kings, the Quentin Tarantinos. It's this messy, and then it gets refined and refined and refined and refined 1,000 times. And then by the time Pulp Fiction comes out, it's a masterpiece. But it's because he stared at this page like 1,000 times, rewrote it, changed a word, removed a comma, added a period, changed another word. You know, deleted the whole thing, restarted from scratch. Like it's fascinating. So its whereabouts remain unknown. If seen, approach with extreme caution. Based on its structure, we believe it's able to navigate itself between objects, much like nanoparticles. We've received calls from local sheriff departments claiming reported sightings of a bear-like animal been seen in several towns thousands of miles apart from each other, only minutes apart. While we still 3 minutes and we're playing World of Warcraft. While we still so this is where I know what I want to say, but I want to say it better than this. But because I don't know how to say it better yet, I'm just gonna like do it like this. Well, we still don't know how to catch it. The one thing is certain, the longer it remains in the public, the more dangerous it becomes for us all. And then you'll say something like, following the release of this document, oh, okay, that's what we'll do. And we'll say this was written by like Dr. Arnold Watskin, H.D. Theoretical. Do you want to do theoretical physics? What do we want to do? Like, who knows what his title is? Fancy, insert fancy title. So this will be like this story where like the first part of the story is like a letter written to someone, maybe like a military person, and then it will say down here, following the release of this document, Dr. Watskin was found with a self-inflicted bullet wound in his house with a note. The note is as follows. That's it. We're done. Okay? 1 minute to spare. We'll even start early. How about that? So essentially what the story is, and this is super rough draft, this is where it starts. It's called the Schrodinger paradox. Essentially, this will be like saying the following is a redacted document. It's been heavily edited for your eyes. This is the transcript by this doctor of this, like, it won't be a hospital. It will be like some kind of laboratory. So like for genetic testing or something else. Who cares? We'll fix that. But then this whole part right here, this whole part will be edited like it looks like a government document that's been redacted. So much of the text in between will have like blackout bars to be like this was like a leaked government document. So the text here, while it looks the same as everything else, when published, will look as if it was written on a typewriter or something. And then this part down here will be written like it was written like it was like a PS part for like military text. So this horror story essentially is like it was like a leaked government document from like that was like no one was ever supposed to see, and that's where I'm going with it. And I didn't even know that like when I first started. I just like the idea or the name. Anyways, we're done. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. It's really exciting. Let's play some World of Warcraft. Thank you guys so much. You guys are honestly the best. All right, so we'll pop that down. It's time for World of Warcraft. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Now we get to have some fun. We'll turn on the desktop audio because you guys can't hear anything, so sorry about that. Hopefully that's loud enough for you guys. I'll turn it up a little bit more maybe for you guys. Hopefully that's not too loud for you guys. Okay, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Play some WoW. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Like, I don't know how much any of you guys care, honestly, but the purpose of putting the timer there is because I feel like no one does care, but at least if the timer's there, if you watch the VOD, you could just skip to the end of the timer, and then I don't have to bore you with that shit. But at any point, looking back, if anybody cares or anybody wants to see how the sausage is made, they can always refer back to the video and it's always there. I'd rather like give you guys more, and then you could just choose to ignore it, than not give you enough. I guess if that makes sense. I don't know. And I get maybe it is like a little bit selfish that I want to like share this with you guys, but it means a lot to me. Like it really does, and maybe that's enough for some of you guys to care. I don't know. I know sometimes when I like people, and they care deeply about something, even if it's not something I personally care about, I still care enough because they're so passionate about it. So I wanted to give you guys that opportunity to maybe support me if that's something that you think you would like to do. When I say support me, I don't mean financially or anything. I literally just mean by like checking it out, which is completely free to do. It's free on YouTube. It's free on Substack to read. I'm not making any money off this, but eventually I'd like to, and the best way to do that, in my opinion, is to put myself out there and share it with the world, and then if enough people are interested, they will check it out, and maybe eventually we can build something from there. But it all starts with putting yourself out there, so that's why I wanted to do that. So I appreciate everybody's patience while I was doing that. Because I gotta be honest, I have some, not friends, there's people I know that also write. I don't know if they write anymore. We both started writing around the same time. To be fair, like I always wrote as a kid. I always loved writing. There's this cliff around here somewhere. I always loved writing as a kid. I used to do creative writing for fun all the time. But I never shared it. I've always been too embarrassed, and that's because there's a comedian I like, and many comedians say this. I think it was goodness, Colin Quinn, I think, said that you feel like a fraud telling people that you're a comedian before you get paid properly to do it. If someone's paying you like $20 to go perform in front of like 3 people, it's insulting to tell like your family I'm a comedian. Until you can fill like arenas or you're getting paid like 10 grand, it's embarrassing to say like, oh yeah, I'm a comedian. I'm gonna go do some comedy for like 3 drunk people at a bar that don't even know my name. So you don't say anything. And I felt like that for a long time. But I finally said, screw it. I'm just gonna start telling people I'm a writer. And who cares? And I know like there's that Brian Griffin joke of like, oh, you're a writer. What are you working on? It's like I get it, but like, dude, fuck. So just call me. I don't know. I don't want to be cynical. I'm cynical about everything. It's the one thing I honestly care about. I'm fine being made fun of because I care about something. Like, I'd rather chase my dream and be made fun of than not than live in fear of regret because like internet strangers want to make fun of me. I guess I don't know, dude. Anyways, let's have some fun. I knew it was gonna be cinematic. I knew it, dude. I guess spoilers. I wasn't expecting this, but I had a feeling it was gonna be something epic. That's why I waited. Now I do have the chat thing up on my phone. I hope it's working though, like, and no one's typing to me and I'm ignoring you because otherwise it's gonna make me really depressed. If someone's talking to me and I'm ignoring them. So it appears like it's working, I hope. She's missing an arm, man, she's banged up. Holy moly. That's something I thought that was so fascinating. Yes, sir, I'm not gonna talk through the cinematic. I hope you guys can hear it okay. Illyria looks sick. I love her model. She looks so sick. And I know we're getting that bow. At some point that we're gonna get that bow. They're not gonna give them like this model that bow and not give it to us at some point. Ooh, nice big upgrades. A darkness has fallen. We can't rest yet. She gives you a weary smile, but there's light in her eyes. The light from the tower will hold the worst dangers in the darkness at bay. It's my duty as a lamplighter to keep all the towers blazing. My patrol takes me to Laurel's Crossing by air next. I would welcome you and Anduin at my side for all our sakes. I'm gonna do Black Temple today. I thought maybe it'd be fun to do on stream as well. That's neat. So I wonder if this is something that's gonna happen in the zone where as you're playing, the darkness happens. Oh, he hasn't. Oh, Torin. Okay, dude. So it is working. It's nice to see you, man. You always seem to catch my stream. Well, thanks, dude, for the recommendation on Restream, the app. That's amazing. I'm able to see both chats now through my phone, which is amazing. I really appreciate that. I was hoping to play Baldur's Gate this time, but WoW already got spoiled for me. Not even because I was following stuff. I literally don't follow the pages, so stuff doesn't get spoiled, but it was a freaking ad. Like, for the love of Christ, they have spoilers in the ads now. I can't even avoid that. So I'm like, I gotta just progress the storyline to get the storyline done with, and then the rest of the quests I can like just do at my own personal pace. But like the stories, what gets spoiled. So, oh, so frustrating. So I want to do Black Temple too. I thought that'd be fun, but I don't know what's more exciting, like the current content or Black Temple. So I figured like we'll do current content now. If we move through it fast enough and there's nothing left, which probably won't be, like we'll do Black Temple, but maybe we can do Black Temple on the weekend. Maybe on one of the other alts, like that people have seen Black Temple. I feel like so many times compared to this. Thank goodness we're finally getting upgrades. So something I noticed is because everything is so linear now, when it never used to be. I'm because I hit 80 before I did all the zones. The gear in this zone is pretty is still a lower item level than some of the stuff that I have. Because I guess I should be in the last zone by this point, but because I'm not, I'm fighting a lot of gray mobs, and they're still hitting for a lot harder, I guess, because my item level sucks. Because normally I would, it's almost like they want you to follow the story and ignore all these side quests, and then just go all through all four zones, hit level 80, and then go back and kill a bunch of gray mobs to finish all the quests, which is sort of a strange choice. I don't know. I like that there's not scaling in the sense of like I could go from zone. I, if there was scaling, I'd be able to go to the last zone and it would still be my level regardless of what level I am. Now, like this zone, a lot of the mobs are gray because it's only the second zone, which is not bad. But at the same time, the gear that I'm getting is not that good of an upgrade because I've gotten higher stuff from like a dungeon or a delve. Uh, so I don't know. I'm not complaining or anything. It's just different. It's just different than how like the last few X packs have been. So I just need to like adjust my brain to that, I guess. And yeah, and this is more for people that are more like in the know of WoW. I don't expect like uTorrent to really know what the hell I'm saying. It's so much has changed at this point. But it's like I do see there's a lot of like side quests here. Like I'll try to grab them, but I'll try to do the main story for the time being because, and I'll come back because again, avoiding trying to avoid spoilers. And at least if I can get the main quest done, um, then hopefully I can avoid the spoilers because there's not gonna be any spoilers in side quests. It's all gonna be the main storyline. But here's this. But I'll pick this up in case this stuff overlaps with the main storyline. Often, like the main storyline will also have side quests that are in the same zone, so you just kill two birds with one stone. Mm. Lamplighters are heading there, but this might be more than even two lamplighters together can handle. Will you meet them there and help them restore the light? So I don't know if we saw what caused the. I don't know if we saw what caused the people to, or what caused the place to go dark. But what I'm curious is going to happen is after I complete this zone, like the main storyline, like this part, is the zone going to constantly shift between like the purple sky and the light sky? Because that would be a cool mechanic where like uh again, I don't shut up. I know I don't shut up. But when you play Elden Ring, mobs come out at nighttime that don't come out in daytime. And or things like that, or like sometimes they'll have glowing eyes, meaning they'll drop more stuff. It's stuff like that, which is neat because it gives like the game a special kind of special mechanics, I guess, related to the daytime nighttime cycle. And I wouldn't be surprised if Boulder Gate does the same thing. But WoW's never, or they sometimes do, but not really stuff like that as much. There's some pets that you could tame only in summer, some pets you can tame only in winter, but not really day night stuff, I don't think. So I think that's cool. If that's the case, it'd be cool if like there only certain rares come out when it's purple, and only certain things come out when it's daytime. They've already been dragging innocent villagers to the shore. They'll drown them and eat them. That sounds brutal. So the Cobus lurk in the shadows of murky water and snatch any who come near, faster than a viper. And that's just when they hunt alone. In numbers, they swarm. Okay, they've been plagued on our outskirts villages since the day they arrived. They eat victims alive, given the chance. So do bears. People don't realize that about bears. Bears don't kill their prey, they just start eating, which is like horrendous because they're just, you're screaming and they won't even kill you. They're just gonna start eating you. It's like, it's what animal does, how sadistic is that? You must rescue the villagers that have already been dragged to the village. Judging by the glint in your eyes, we wish that the. Oh, you wish to join her in this madness, to push into the Cobus waters? You are full with a death wish. Take as many of those damnable fish out as you can. Gotcha. Let's go. It's great to see you, though, Torn, as always. I was playing around with like clips yesterday. I posted a clip, I think, yesterday, and yeah, I don't know. I don't really check the analytics or anything because it's like a hey, look at that. They're actually yellow now. That's nice. These are actually not gray mobs. I can't check analytics because it's such a it's like gambling where like I get very little in benefit and it's mostly negative. So I just don't bother. Yeah. Even if it's like a positive interaction or like something where to like hypothetically do better than most things I post, it's still like I would only compare it to that. And then if something else didn't do that well, I would just make me sad. So it's like just don't even look at the numbers. Post and ghost. Ooh, that is sick. Look at that. It's like there's actually a boss like this in one of the previous X packs. That was a really fun mechanic where the guy he was like an eel, like an anglerfish eel mix, like this guy, and you would have to swim between these like chasms to fight him. And if you weren't quick enough, you would get like devoured by like the darkness beneath you. It was a very cool boss fight because it felt very different from anything WoW has done before. There were like six caves or something, and you would swim. The whole fight was underwater. You would swim from cave to cave wherever he would emerge his head. But to get from cave to cave, you would have to have like a swim buff where you would like get because between cave one and cave two, the chasm was there, and you get a debuff. And if you got 10 stacks, I think it's like instant death. So you would have to swim quick from chasm one to chasm two, or from cave one to cave two over the black chasm before you blacked out. Sort of, if I remember the fight correctly. Very, very interesting concept. Very original for like a raid boss fight. It felt very scary and epic, and like the whole idea of like what's it called, like thalassophobia or something? It's like fear of like the depths, fear of like the ocean because it's so vast and scary and dark. My brother has a friend that joined the Navy, and he would take pictures of the ocean at nighttime because they would be in the middle of like the Atlantic Ocean at nighttime, and he would hold his hand out in the middle of the night, and you wouldn't be able to see anything in front of you. It'd be darkness like you've never experienced darkness. It's crazy because like there's no city light. You're in the middle of nowhere, and I think about that all the time. Like the jungles of Brazil, or just like the plains of Africa. At nighttime, it is like as pitch black goes. We were so used to like the city and light pollution and stuff like that that we can't fathom like true nature darkness. That's horrifying. You just hear animals and you hear howling and screaming, and who knows how close they are. It's rough out there, man. Especially in like the African savannah, right? Because that's when a lot of those things go hunting. Like they're opportunistic hunters. They hunt at nighttime because they know nothing can see except for them. Take this to the water, away from the watch retchers. All right. Oh, we saved enough people. We don't have to save anymore. Okay. Drop the fish here. I'm just gonna quickly open up this page real fast, just to make sure it's working, because I usually do that and I didn't do it this time. So just to double check, although I did see Torrent comment, but still, just be safe. Yeah, we're good. KKK. KK slider. The fish gulps down salt water, regains its breath, and turns to you with intelligent eyes. Cool. Oh, now I got quests for it. Okay. You found your senses cannot be trusted when dealing with the Cobus. Cobus 19. All right. I'll show you how to craft a tool to lure and destroy them. Neato. Voices from the deep. Sounds like Cthulhu. To deceive the senses of the Cobus is one matter. Interesting. So you're sort of tricking them. You're manipulating them to lower their guard. Search their shrines to gain insight for what these things hold sacred. See how they have twisted the bellowing truths that lie below. Very interesting. This whole like WoW, everything about WoW is like super, or old WoW. Clearly Chris Metzen was like obsessed with Lovecraft because like he didn't even try to hide some of the names, like Azeroth, like Azanoth, didn't even try. Yogg Sagon, Yogg Sagoth, like not we're not even trying here to like hide the fact that we didn't steal from Lovecraft. We're inspired by Lovecraft. The names are so bloody close, it's insane. Yeah, what was that other one? There was like Sharub Nugrath or something, which is one of the black goat of the mother with the black goat of 1,000 heads or something, is one of Lovecraft's other ones, but he named another one of his things something like that as well. Similar again. The Shaws, I always felt. The Shaw of Anger, the Shaw of Despair, I always thought looked like the black goat with 1,000,000 heads. Or similar to how it was described. I'm going so deep in the weeds with Lovecraft here. I don't know who actually cares, who actually reads H.P. Lovecraft still, but I always wanted to read The King in Yellow, which is not a Lovecraft story, but I believe it was inspired by one of his tales. And people said The King in Yellow was a great book of short stories, an anthology. This is part of the story quest, I believe, right? I believe it is. Yeah, right here. So that's how you can tell campaign. Good stuff. Well, I'm still trying to figure out the sound thing for Discord. To anyone that's watching, because we didn't end up streaming on Sunday, because I couldn't figure it out, and I just felt bad for them because like they're very kind. They're like, yeah, who cares? Like we don't care, but it's like, nah, I don't want to do that to you guys. So I want to try to figure out how to separate the Discord so I can stream without them having to be like on mic. 'Cause it's just feels wrong to like force them into that just so I can like selfishly stream. Um, so I'm not there yet. I'm still trying to figure it out, but we made some progress. So we may be able to do it on Sunday. We'll see. So I still got to kill a lot of these guys. So before I hand that quest in, I'll just kill them really quick. Quick mine. I picked up engineering. That's why I'm picking up those things, whatever they're called. Oh, someone fighting? Ladies fighting? Yeah. Oh, they're above ground. We don't need to fight them in the water. That's nice. I thought I'd have to go in the water to fight them. But yeah, the engineering drops a lot of these scraps or whatever they're called. I'm excited to put that to use. I figured I would just get a lot of them first because a guide I was watching in engineering said like don't even bother leveling until you have like 200 of them or something because you're just gonna have to go back out and farm more. So I'd rather just collect a whole bunch of materials and then just sit in the city offline, not bore you guys with that on stream, and then just level engineering like 1 to 100 really quick once I have all like a bunch of materials instead of like having to go back and forth, farm some more, go back. I'm not gonna buy it because it's a waste of gold. It's easy to farm. A lot of it drops when I'm questing anyways. Plus, it's like sort of fun to like level your profession as you're questing. But the main reason is like I cannot imagine the prices. When the X packs first start, everything is like super inflated, because people rush to get professions done. So you got distracted complaining with coworkers. I'm happy to hear that. It's probably better than anything I was doing. Right here, right? Did I just over? Oh, there she is. Flew over. If you can hear still, may I ask, does the sound okay? I turned it down again because I used to be too loud. It was like peaking too much, so I tried to lower it, hoping it would fix that a little bit. And no stress if you can't answer, don't hear. Like I'm just trust in your strength. I must ask you to go ahead and reinforce Cinna's yearning. Anduin and I can see my people to safety. With the darkness and the Cobus, I'm probably not saying that right. Cobus 19. The heart of my people in Cinna's yearning will be faltering to fear. We can't let them wallow. Light a torch with the sacred flame in the center of town and use it to inspire my people's valor. Remind them of their strength. Yes, sir. All right. She gonna turn into one? All right. I'm gonna see what Anduin has to say because you get some lore here when you click this. Stay a while and listen. Oh boy. Is it either or either? Or is it neither? Okay, I think that's it, right? There's not more to say? Yeah, it's okay. We saw that. Very good. Let's hand in this fish quest. Or did we already hand it in? No, we gotta hand in the fish quest. Okay. Hand it into the fish. It's gonna be one more quest. I figured there would be one final one. It is done. Take this title charm, cloak form in the darkness of the sea, and okay, the strongest warriors gather to scheme against your kind upon that central island. With the lure, they will not see you for what you are. Cool. So we get to fight this special looking weird guy. It's Murloc human hybrid thing. And then we'll go light the beacon at the other place, which is the main quest. But quickly, more mines. Ooh, it's like a void mine. Does this mean we're going to turn into one of those anglerfish guys? Oh, I see. Oh, I see, because the poison. So was that why this ends this? This ticking is fucking up this buff right now? Is that what you're telling me? Jesus Christ. So I have to sit here and wait this shit out? That's annoying. Do I not have, like, cure disease or something? Just sitting here waiting? Just waiting to play the game. Jesus Christ, Blizzard. Okay. 15 seconds. We could try it again. See, because we're in it. That's gonna tick. Takes us out. Brilliant, brilliant game design. Absolutely brilliant. Cool. Now let's play. Wonderful. Oh, all right. These stealth missions. I know there's quite a few of them, this sex pack. So, oh, you slay him like that. I see. This guy's gonna follow. Oh, I get it. All right. Gotcha, gotcha. I didn't know if it would pull him to me or something, so I see. Right here. Instant kill. Oh, no, it makes him weak. Do I have to stealth in? Can I just balls to the wallet? Because I'm okay doing that. I wonder if I could just go in, like, or if I really gotta kill him like that. Alright. Let's just pull them with all their health and say screw it and see if this still counts. This is just as easy. I'm happy to fight them. They're not that strong. They're not hitting that bad. If this counts, like, let's do it. It counts. The fun of being a bear. This guy's got a little bit of health, but whatever. This Death Knight's like the same thing. Let's just do it together. Alright. Oh, right. I forgot the Death Knights get that. Yeah, I was so... Oh, his name's Nazgrim. That's sick, dude. Oh, that's... No, never mind. It's not the... Never mind. That's not a player. But that's funny. That Death Knights get that... The horsemen. They get to fight on the horse, like the horsemen. I think that's sick. So this guy does have a lot of health, probably because you have to, like, assassinate him to weaken him, but whatever. We'll get him. And with the Death Knight helping, it'll speed it up as well, too, so that's great. So if this guy's taking a while, do we need to kill more of these? One more. So we'll pull him at the same time, at least two birds with one stone, because while I'm AoEing this guy down, that guy will take some damage too. Yeah, I think it's going to get even just stronger, though. Like, the more... Ooh, I forgot I got rid of that trinket. Do I have two passives now? Two passives. Beautiful. So in regards to the writing thing, the reason why I was writing, and... the reason why I was hesitant to share my writing with the world before is because I know first off, the whole Brian Griffin thing is like, shit, right? Like, you know, it's funny because a lot of people are like, well, I'm a writer. It's like, yeah, that's why I don't like telling people about it. I just like when it's done, I'm like, check it out if you care, like it's done. But I don't tell anyone. Like, first off, I don't have anyone to talk to. Like, who the fuck am I going to talk to even tell I'm a writer? But I also had other friends. There was a guy I knew that supposedly wrote. I don't know. I never read his work, but everybody would make fun of him because he was always like writing and phoning his books and shit. So I'm just like, I don't need the butt of a joke. I asked that you take me to deep waters away from these. So I see. All right, so we just take him away, just far out, man. Uh, so I didn't want to be the butt of a joke, so I didn't share it with anyone because it felt like an idiot to be like I'm a writer. But then at some point I'm like, you know what? Who cares, dude? Like, make fun of me. Like I really, this really like to be cynical and to make fun of people for doing stuff, especially for like trying to do something that they care about. Like I don't know, maybe it says more about you than me. Is how like I started thinking about it. I don't know. Now to be fair, the person they made fun of was not really a nice person. That's probably why they made fun of him. No one's made fun of me, at least to my face. Um, yeah, but that is part of the. Oh, neat. He was too confident in his writing, despite it being bad. Fair, fair, fair. So that's the thing. So he's a bit of a dick. I think that's why too. He's a little bit rude to people. But I just thought that I forgot you were here. I'll be honest with you. I probably wouldn't have said this if I remembered you were here. Because you know who I'm talking about. But yeah, dude, I don't know. It's fun. It seems like, and I've given it away for free thus far, but it seems like I've gotten mostly positive reception from people. It seems like people enjoy it. So like, even if one person enjoys it, that's like such a gratifying feeling to be able to create something. You know, I have a friend that just created a deck, and you know, I mean, you know him obviously, but like the people watching, if anyone watches VOD later, and creating something from nothing is a very gratifying feeling. Uh, and I always tell him that every time he creates something, he's created tables, he's created a deck recently for his own house, which is like amazing, being able to do that. But like, it's sure you could hire someone to make you a deck, but isn't it cool to know that like you're living on something that you created with your own like blood, sweat, and tears? Like you made it. There's like love into it. There's like it, it's not just out of necessity. Like it's sort of fun to do that too. Um, I don't know. The experience is just something that you can't buy. You can't have someone make you a deck and have the same experience as like building it yourself and then standing on it, having your family over and knowing that they're standing on something that wasn't there before that you created. Maybe it's like ego stuff. You would force people to listen to it. I just forgot about that. I forgot about that. So this is another thing for a long time, and I still don't really tell my friends. Fuck, I forgot he's here. I don't really tell any of my friends that I write. Like, I don't share it with any of my friends. I just post it. If my friends see it, they see it. But I'm not like, hey guys, will you check this out? I don't ask anybody to check anything out. One time I asked in the Discord, because my close friends, including the one that's typing right now, I said, you guys I trust as like my confidants. If you're willing to like read any of my work, I would love your opinions because I trust your opinions and you guys are like smart enough to like give good advice. And a few people have in that group, and I'm very grateful for that. And they've been very kind, but I think it's also because I'm fortunate enough to have found a very compassionate group of people that all want each other to succeed, regardless of what that is, and we all support each other. And I think if you're lucky enough to find that in your life, like you've won at life. I think money comes and goes, but I think if you're lucky enough to find a core group of people that want you to succeed in whatever you're doing, uh, I think you're very lucky to find that. And I I thank my stars every day. I'm very fortunate to have found a very genuine group of people that have been very kind to me. Um, and that's all. Yeah, 100%, dude. 100%. Yeah, it's a very gratifying feeling. Uh, you just can't like recreate that. One sec. I'll read this quest really quick. So, we've managed to both survive the villagers. We saved the villagers. Sorry. So we're in trouble here. They've essentially attacking this. We got to save them. So they're attacking now, and we need to just I guess eliminate them. Eliminate the big guy. We're just saving the town. But yes, so like you said, so it's a gratifying feeling that I think if you create art or music or anything, regardless of what it is, it could be a table, it could be something for a loved one, being able to do that is it's hard to it becomes very addictive to be in service of something else that's not yourself. And that's why streaming is so much fun for me, I think. It's because I'm not I'm not doing this because I'm trying to like make anything from it. So there's no such thing. I can't fail at this. Like there's no way for me to fail at this because I'm not trying to achieve anything. I'm just doing it. I'm just going through the motions because it's fun. Because it's like forces me to like focus on something that I have no intention of succeeding at. Therefore, the stakes don't feel high. And that's why it's fun for me, I guess. So if you can have something like that where there's no stakes at all, uh, it's fun, especially when it grows a little bit because you never had any intention. So anything that happens is already a positive. Even one chatter, one subscriber, one follower is like, wow, that's crazy because I never expected to get any followers. So I guess, I don't know. At least that's my perspective on it. Yeah. But to see it turn into something bigger than itself too is also, I'm sure, very exciting. As a lot of people have happened with a lot of things they try to do. Oh, looks like your embedded link is invalid. Visit the chat settings. What embedded link? Sorry, I'm just looking at this restream thing and it says copy this link into. Is this still working? Are we still working? We're still live, boys and girls? Looks like we are. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, so it looks like we're okay still. Sorry, I just got a notification on the thing, but I think we're okay. I'm just gonna double check on Twitch really quick to make sure we're still live. We're fine. I don't know what it's going on about. We're good. Okay. So yeah, that's all. Super exciting to be able to share the writing with the world now. So that's why I was sharing it with you guys. I'm working on a story, not to hype myself up, but I think sometimes it's important if you have a little bit of confidence in something you do, which I never have. Let me say that first. My confidence is so low, and I'm not bragging about this. My doctor, my psychologist is like, you gotta work on that because it's way too much. That's not normal. How little like self-confidence I have. But the one thing that I have confidence in is a story that I wrote, which is coming out in October, which I've been sitting on forever. And I think it's pretty good. And I don't think it's going to change the world, but I think it's just original. And I think it's some of the writing is good. It's about 20,000 words or so, and every chapter is not perfect. In fact, I hate some of the chapters, and I'm like, I don't know how to improve it. But then I read some other chapters, and I'm like, this makes it all worth it. When I read some of it, I'm like, this doesn't feel like something I wrote. This is way better than anything I'm capable of. This is crazy to see that this exists. So I'm really excited to share it with you guys because, again, there's no cost of entry. You don't have to pay anything to read it. It's completely free. So if you just care to see it and you enjoy it, then it hopefully will bring you the same excitement that it brought me. Because even reading it brings me the excitement, and I hate reading my own stuff. But this one thing I really, really like because it felt so original to me. And I have intentions of taking this universe or character that I designed and expanding on it because it just feels really interesting and there's a lot to explore there with this universe thing, this universe or this character or characters, I should say, that I created. And to give you a little bit of a idea of what it's about, it sort of plays with the idea of sleep, dreams, and the realm of dreams and the realm of reality and bleeding into the two. Essentially, it's the idea that when you sleep, you're not just dreaming, but the dream is actually a different plane of existence. And when you sleep, you sort of enter that plane of existence for a short period of time. But then you wake up and you go back. Nothing is supposed to break that threshold. You're only viewing it. But once in a while, if the line between the two is thin enough, the veil between the dream and the real world is thin enough, sometimes things from the dreams can come into the real world. And I actually wrote a poem about this called "The Parasite of the Dream," which anybody can see right now. It's a precursor to the story that I'm telling. And the parasites of the dream are these characters that I created, and they infect the dream world. And no one knows where they came from or what they are. They're as old as time itself, and you're going to learn that in the story. But it's a neat idea that like these parasitic beings exist within the dream world, and their whole existence is infecting people in the dream so they can come into the waking state, sort of like a virus. But it's a mammalian sort of, but it's not because like it's a ethereal kind of thing. So it takes on like the form of like an animal in a sense, but it's like a humanoid animal where it's smarter than an average animal. But at the same time, it infects people sort of like a mind virus. I know it's super trippy and confusing. It's so much fun. It was so much fun to write. That's why I'm so excited to talk about it. No one probably cares about this, which is okay. Which is okay. Oh, whoa, look at that. But the reason why I sort of brought it up is because like a lot of this storyline sort of reminds me of that. Do you see the shadow in the oil well? It's gone dark. I have never seen anything like this before. Could it be a nearby dawn tower? Find in the tower overlook? I'm sorry, I've been super distracted talking. Just speaking Japanese fluently over here. Alright, cinematic. Hey, I love when I'm in the cinematics. That's sick. It's always cultists, man. It's always the cultists. So it seems like I'm the only horde here, really. Because they're all alliance otherwise, right? I thought there'd be more like horde characters here, but God, look how big I am compared to Anduin. Holy moly. Up here? Okay. How? Oh, you go underneath, I guess. No. Maybe we just go right here. Oh, I see. Now you click it. Got it. He's like, I can't call upon the light. It's not in me. But they'll say, you had it in you all along, Anduin. You can do it all along. There must be another way. Outside of the tower. I see. You know, so what actually got me to start the whole like mixing the two of like the writing thing is I saw a lot of streamers sort of diversify their portfolio. So I figured why not start with that instead of trying to get everybody hooked on just gaming and then force them into it later. I figured if we just start with that, then and people are already pissed off with that, then it's easier to wean them out now than later after if we were to ever start developing any kind of an audience. Uh, if that makes sense. Because I know some people are like, oh, you're doing anything that's not the one thing I want you to do. I have unsubscribed. So it's easier to just wean that out now by introducing the writing like early instead of like maybe doing it, 6 months from now. I feel like it would be a bait and switch if I did it like 6 months from now. And it wouldn't be if I had an interest in something, all of a sudden I become interested in knitting and I want to knit on stream. It's not like it's a bait and switch. It's not like I would call it World of Warcraft stream and then just knit, but uh, if I already had plans on doing it, which I did, why not just introduce it right away instead of like trying to build a core audience on only World of Warcraft and then wedging in writing after like people already expect only World of Warcraft streams. That's just me thinking way too ahead of myself, but who knows? The Order of the Night gather strength. They hide in caves and towns, linger with their greatest enemies. Well, we have fought for this whole time. Why are we here? Does he even know we exist? Uh, okay, we've toiled in light for years. What good has it done? We die, picked off in the shadows one by one. Perhaps we should listen to what Baeldar is trying to tell us. There's comfort in the shadows. Yeah, maybe listen to the whispers. Worst you can do is go mad and die for Cthulhu. sort of Mind Flayer vibes with these guys. Oh, now we gotta do that. So they killed. We make sure it gets a proper funeral. The Order of the Night will pay for this. We sealed off Gloom Crag, the nearby cave years ago. They must have dug their way in. It pains me, but the light alone is not enough. We take a more direct path. If the remaining cultists have withdrawn to the Bower, their combined power must be what's keeping the flame dark. So we gotta kill the cultists. Understood. Oh. Oh, outside. Ooh, big guy. Ooh, they're big. That's neat. Oh, it's right here. That's convenient. Hey, wait a minute. Let's mine this really quick. Oh man, I didn't realize you were typing, so there was an issue with my restream. Oh no. Oh goodness, I'm sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to ignore you. That's why that error came up. So you're saying, sounds like a fun concept. Just do what you want, then the audience will come from there. 100%. That's my point. My point was, like, because I have no expectations, that's why I don't feel like a negative impact on like doing whatever I want to do on here. And my goal, honestly, is try to save this person if we can. Yeah. Oh, I can't heal him. Shit. All right. Hopefully this will save him. Yeah, they're good. Yay, we saved someone today. See, the Horde's not so bad. Look at that. Sorry about that, dude. So yeah, I did miss that message when that error came up for whatever reason, but hopefully we fixed it. But yeah, just I think the same way that I find it charming when people lean into things they like, I think people will think the same thing. I must say, I was surprised how one of my last streams did. I saw the number by accident, which I cannot look at because it just makes me so depressed. Not that only depressed because, like I said, if something does well, I try to say it doesn't matter, don't look at numbers, but of course, like my ego's like, oh, good, it did well. So then when something doesn't do well, of course I get sad because I try to tell myself like I'm not in it for that reason, but my stupid ego likes to be in the driver's seat sometimes, and it's far from my friend. I know my ego's far from my friend, because the ego's the same thing that says like everybody and everything is competition, and I'm like, that's insane. What a narcissistic way to think, and I'm aware of that. But I don't know, dude. Man, when you big numbers are addictive, 100%. It's like it's ego shit though, and I'm like aware of that, but knowing that, I'm like I can't control this ego thing in my head as much as I'd like. So by completely just ignoring all the numbers, I don't play into that game because I'm not strong enough. I don't have the willpower to like ignore it. I try to act coy and like I'm strong enough to ignore it, but I'm not. So I just rather just be ignorant to everything, and then I just keep posting, keep showing up because otherwise I feel like it would corrupt me a little bit in a sense. I would try to start. I would have to fight against trying to do things that give bigger numbers, which is the last thing I want to do. Which is actually like, sorry, one sec. They're summoning something big, no doubt. Yeah, all right. It's what I feel a lot of streamers fall into, or a lot of content creators fall into, and they don't seem happy now. That's what I was saying. Like, if you want to get really big on Twitch, just react to a whole bunch of like TikToks on just chatting, because just chatting is like the most. Twitch's algorithm sucks. Just chatting is super popular. Watch all the stuff the streamers are already all watching, because they're all watching the same stuff each other watches, whatever popular TikTok clips there are, and make shorts of it. Post it on YouTube. Post it on TikTok. You reacting to this stuff, and it's like the same thing. And eventually, people start recognizing you. You see, what I noticed about success is, especially success online, if you fudge the numbers and someone discovers you and you're all bots. It doesn't matter. But you have 300,000 followers and you have a whole bunch of bot comments. The average person doesn't know what a bot is, and they just see someone with 300,000 followers and 3,000 comments, and they say this person's already popular, and I've been missing out. I don't want to miss out any longer, so I'll follow this person. And you can build a legitimate following like that. Lots of people do. I don't know what the point of it is, but like ego shit again, right? Like, but yeah, I can't do that. I don't care to do that. I don't want to do that. That's dumb. Again, it's like building something from scratch. If this ever becomes anything, and when I say anything, I don't mean like actually like a business or anything. I mean like if we can get like 10, 15 people in the Discord to like run raids, that's so super gratifying. That like that was built from like blood, sweat, and tears. That's all. Speak for yourself. That's all. But my point was just one of the videos or the last stream, I was shocked at how well it performed. It got like 20 views or something like that. I'm like, who the hell found, who's finding this? And who's watching this? It's crazy. But following that, doing what you want versus chasing trends. It seems like a lot of popular streamers now have chased trends and they've been financially rewarded for it. But at the same time, their community seems to have the narrative that like they don't seem happy, they're just going through the motions, they took the paycheck, but like the content's getting worse just because their heart's not in it. And you can tell. And I'm not saying I wouldn't take the paycheck. I'm sure the paycheck is a beautiful paycheck. I probably would do the same thing. I'm not having a holier than thou mentality. I think it just sucks to have to stream for 7, 8 hours a day, doing something that feels like work when you probably originally started doing it for fun. It sucks to turn your passion into a job and then forget why you started doing it to begin with, if that makes sense. So that's like an allegory for depression, I guess. That like when you're in the darkness, all you can do is fight because all the other option is to give up. Uh, yeah, and they're trying to show you that like that's what I mean. It's beautiful because you beat yourself up. You know, Anduin looks so like sad. He was sad. He made so many mistakes, but they're like, but you're here still. You're still trying. That in itself is worth the merit. This X pack has hit on a lot of interesting emotional like ideas or whatever you want to say. Clearly, it's leaned a lot into mental health. This X pack, as far as the storyline goes, because Bran felt like he abandoned his kid. He's like, I screwed up raising you. Hopefully, I can be a better grandfather than I was a father. It's a lot of like interesting, very adult themes in this X pack, which I personally enjoy. It's a little bit more interesting. There was no simple illusions Alataf trapped you in. I wonder, was she the intended target? Probably. Hope is returning. The Dawn Tower's flame remains dark, but this time I think we'll be able to restore it. There's Varicia, Illyria, and Sylvana. So those are the three sisters, I think. Oh, these guys are still here. What? I didn't think they'd be here anymore after we cleared that thing. I figured it would just be back to normal. That's strange. Oh, he popped back up. What? Did they just respawn? Did they just keep respawning? What's going on? Maybe not. Is that just bad timing? Might have been bad timing. Alright. I'll just fly past it. Screw that. Because I bet when we hand in the quest or fix this, they'll go away. A lot of cinematics, man. Holy moly. See? That's what I mean. Like, it's interesting. It's a very emotional X-Pack, which I do not mind. Because the human condition is often... It makes for good storytelling. Do you hear the like Stormin music kick in? I just heard you could just hear it subtly in the background, the Stormin music kick in. As like Anduin's getting his groove back. I wonder if Chris Metzen wrote this storyline because it seems more aligned with old WoW, and he was a good writer in the older WoW. He wrote a lot of good stuff. So I wonder if this is him again because it feels very hero's journey. Nice, another upgrade, beautiful. We must get to and get General Steel Strike. Know the order of the night. Right here. Okay. Got a lot of stuff to sell. Mm. Got a lot of side quests here, but we'll just do the main stuff to avoid the spoilers. Because I gotta get it done already, and then we'll come back and do all these side quests. How would you normally get there? Oh, you go around the long way, I guess. Wow, this is really pretty. Holy moly, I was not expecting any of this. Wow. Sick. Is it down here? Wait a minute. Oh, I bet it's in there. Okay. Oh, was a skywriting glyph around here? Up here? Hey, it looks cool. Wow, this is so pretty. Man, this X-Pack is so pretty. They really did a great job with the design. It feels so much more like World of Warcraft than it has felt in so long. I love it. All right, I'm dumb. He's right there. I think what I was supposed to do is take the flight path, which would have taken me here, and they would have talked along the way. But we can grab that on the Warlock next time. I screwed up. What I'm really excited for is the delves with all my alts. during Remix, I fell in love with my warrior, and I'm really excited to try. Like, I don't want to play him like in Mythic Plus and stuff, but I would love to try it in Delves, and I think it'd be a blast. So I'm really excited for like leveling alts just to do like Delves, because I casually play all these weird characters I never normally play, and like do it at my own pace. Okay, that's so funny. I will be right back. Like, hopefully, like 1 minute or so. Uno momento. Very quick. I'm sorry, guys. Long story short, we have some big repairs tomorrow, and I have to like prepare for that. And landlord was here to me, had a question. My apologies. Yeah, no water tomorrow. It sucks. I hate when they do stuff like this. Like no all water shut off for like a few hours and it's like ugh, it's just stressful because like it's the one time like I always fear like the one time the water's not working is one time you're gonna need water for whatever whatever freaking reason. All right, so let's get back into it. Something happened in the street though. I don't know what it was. Some kind of emergency. There's all kinds of cars, cop cars, and ambulances and fire trucks. So something got hit, whether it was a water line or something, and now like the whole street's shutting down. We need water for coffee. That's true. Yeah, it's down for like 8 or 9 hours tomorrow. It was like some kind of emergency. Like it happened really quick. It happened yesterday, and it's been a clusterfuck since. The streets all closed off. Like I don't know what happened. They're doing construction out there, and someone obviously hit something. That's so funny. Oh, I sit here with them. That's fun. That's fun. Hand out the drinks. What a neat quest. Serve for whims. I overheard some of the complaining about a new wave of propaganda that has been up. If you can deliver it to General Steel Strike, I'll be there as soon as I can. You do need water for coffee. Oh, is she gonna get like a mechanical arm? That'd be sick. Cool. Um, Order of the Night propaganda. Is it in here or is it probably out in the city? Probably. Yeah. Looks like it's in the city. So can we leave? Is there like an out? It's like a balcony, or we gotta go back downstairs? Nope. Oh, let's go down this way. That's sick. Oh, it's like a back entrance. Very neat. What a pretty like city this is. Oh, there's a propaganda. What does it say? Death comes to Hollowfall. Hallowfall. Interesting. What's a cat? Scrunch. Is it all like the same thing, or is it? Oh, I see. Your leaders lie to you. They sell you false hope. They say light is the way. Light is your salvation. Look, the state of Hallowfall, if that were true. That's funny. The Order of the Night seeks truth. Magni? Oh, it's Brown. Bronzebeard. Good to see you again. It's the Orders of the Night folk might have information. Zekvir. Wait a minute. Oh, it's a delve. Cool. Another delve. Oh my goodness. Delves are fun. I've only had 6 spread. Are you kidding, dude? How are you functioning right now? Holy moly. Man, this is my first copy of the day still. I actually got a second one because I knew it was streaming. And like I still haven't finished this one. I love coffee. I love it so much, but I get the shake so bad. I could never in a million years imagine 6 espressos. That's crazy, dude. Like I have this horrible combination of a love for coffee and tremendous anxiety because it just makes it so much worse. But I love coffee so much, and I'm like I'm willing to tolerate it. Oh, yep. See what he says? Like so, okay. Not to be obnoxious here, but this little buddy's the first thing he ever made. He was lopsided, his smile was crooked, and one of his eyes is falling off. but I was proud of it all the same. That is like what I'm talking about. Even if you create something and it's like complete dog shit, it's still like not dog shit because you created it. And anyone that's like says it's dog shit is a loser because it's easy to criticize something. It's a lot harder to sit down and actually do anything. Everybody's got ideas. Like you know what they say? It's like ideas and execution. Everybody's got an idea. Good luck executing. It's the same thing. I think that Steve Jobs said that or something. I think it was, or not that he invented it, but he was like famous for saying that something along those lines. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's very nice. Very nice. Yeah, my most of my family doesn't seem to get the shakes. As far as far as caffeine goes, it just seems to be me. I don't know. I think it's like, I mean, I gotta, it's to be fair though, fully transparent. I was in the hospital like a few weeks ago because I have this fairly rare like genetic condition, which my whole family is carriers of, but I was the one that got lucky, got, and actually got it. So, not that that has anything to do with caffeine tolerance, but it just seems like genetics can work like that, where like your whole family can be one way, and they could have a gene, but yours could be the one that's turned on, and they don't have it turned on, so it doesn't affect them the same way. It's very confusing. That's how they explain it to me, at least. A lot of talking. It was. Well, interesting. Khadgar's not dead. He's coming back. They're not killing off Khadgar. I said that was the sword. The tip of the sword, because that's what it looks like. But I mean, I said that at the beginning when we first got here, but who knows, man? So there's a glyph around here. Can we find it? Hmm. Oh, right there. That was easier than I thought. Nice. Nice, nice. There's a few of them. And here's another quest. Oh, I see. Okay. Cool beans. Man, you reminded me when you said that that gentleman would force everybody, he would read it. That's I forgot about. See, I forget the details. Uh, this gentleman would force people to listen to his story. He would force people to read it he would read it in like Ventrilo or Discord for the whole guild. It's like, this is a little bit inappropriate. It's not like he said, guys, I'm gonna do a reading if anybody wants to hear. We would be like in the middle of a raid, and he would like start reading it. Like, that's a little bit forceful. That seems a little Brian Griffin-y, if you ask me. But I forgot about that. But this gentleman keeps accusing me of using AI to write, and I think it's a compliment because AI is pretty good now at this point. If you were to ask it to write you an original story, like, I don't know how original it would be, but I think if you ask the average person, is this written by AI or not? I don't think the average person would be able to tell, assuming it's crafted well enough. Even if you have to fix a few things. Um, I'm not even saying like AI copy and paste and that's your story. I'm saying even if the AI wrote the skeleton of it and you fixed it up just a little bit and you were not a writer, but it did it for you and a non-writer fixed it up, I think it would still be passable by most people that they wouldn't be able to tell it's AI, which I think is good for the AI at least. Um, Holy random Japanese Batman. Holy moly, I need a second. Someone's home a little bit earlier than expected. Just uno momento, ladies and gentlemen. 30 seconds. Oh, my apologies, my friend. Holy random Japanese Batman. That's funny. Yeah, my apologies, guys. Just so I was sick as a dog. That's why I missed that stream the one day. And of course, I then passed it to fiance, and she just got home half an hour earlier. We'll still stream till 5 because she's cool. She doesn't want to lie in bed. Like if she was gonna lie in bed, I would have called it. But clearly she's not feeling well. So but she doesn't need anything. Like if she's just gonna lie down. So there's nothing I can do really to take care of her. So that's why we're gonna finish the stream. But I was not expecting that. I was not expecting her to come home a little bit early. So I don't remember what I was talking about before she came in, though. So that's okay. But if anybody wants to join the Discord, I think it would be fun to maybe run some time walkings. If anyone cares and wants to try new time walking or run some delves, whatever, completely free to join the Discord. You can join and leave as many times as you want. The only point of joining is just it's easier to coordinate, I think. At least if we all have a place where we can all chat, we can like say like, hey, this is my realm, this is my character name, like in, or I'll say like, hey, instead of even having to add everybody to BattleNet, I could just say I'm making a group called like Nolly's Delves. So go search for that, and I'll invite you. Things like that. It's just easier to like, I guess, coordinate it like that. That'd really be the only point of joining the Discord. Like plus like memes and stuff, and camaraderie, all that stuff. But I think at least as far as like coordinating stuff, I think it'd be the easiest way to do it personally. Unless someone else has another way that like would be way easier and less intrusive, not having to force you guys to join Discord and stuff. Like but we are going to call her on 5 because I do want to, like, she's just lying there. She's not going to do anything, but I want to make dinner for her. I want to take care of her. She took care of me when I was sick. Like, I want to do the same. Right now, there's nothing I can do because she just got home. She just wants to rest. But around 5, if I start dinner, she'll probably eat at a reasonable time and whatever else she needs. We are rotating our next round of reserves into active duty, and they need to sharpen their skills. So we're going to train some people. That's fun. That's always a fun quest. Come from the surface. Did you meet the Earthen? We used to trade with them, but after the day of darkness. I'm going to try reaching out again. I'd like for you to write a letter. Oh. So, I love these quests where you write a letter because it'll be like, your options will be like, the first one will be like, to whom it may concern. And then option 2 will be like, yo. And option 3 will be like, I am writing on behalf. And option 4 will be like, what do I even write here? What do I put here? I love how there's like 4 right here. I knew it. To the gemmiest earthen ever. To my other best bud. I love how I love this so much. I always pick one option, then I pick another option, then I pick another option. So Barry Garcia, my druid, the character we're playing right now, I always think of him as like I read a book on the Comanches, and the Comanches are like a Native American tribe that like were like super ruthless and crazy as far as like hunting and stuff like that. Oh, your first breaks at 5. Oh, well, I'll see how she's doing. I mean, we'll see. She just took some more meds, so I hope that helps her. But Barry Garcia, because he's a High Mountain Tauren, his like my narrative for him in my head is that he's sort of like a native shaman in a sense, where he's one with the earth. He's respectful to those around him. He's honorable. But then my warlock, he's a degenerate. He's like a bit of a criminal. He's like sort of like an anti-hero. So like my warlock would be like, say like, he would be silly. He would say like to like the gemmiest earthen ever, my other best friend, because he takes nothing serious. But Barry is legit. So he says to Merrick's council ward, like it's going to be a professional letter. But then when I do my warlock, it'll be like the silly one. And I always do it to see what the difference is, so you can see the different perspectives. Yeah, I don't know. I don't normally. I never. I think it was the last X Pack that I started like creating narratives in my head for the characters. I don't RP or anything, but just when I have options, I'm like, well, how would this character do it? So I always thought Jerry, Jerry Garcia. That's what my snake's named Jerry. My snake's named Jerry for Jerry Garcia. So when I made this character, I thought Barry Garcia was like a funny pun on being a bear druid. But yeah. So this character sort of like I sort of think of like sort of like a Native American shaman kind of mentality where he's like one with the spirits and respectful of the Earth Mother and respectful to those around him, and he's a bit of a healer, but when he needs to, he'll he defends those as a bear. Yeah, because I don't heal. That's why. So that's why I play a bear. So people beset on all sides by monsters in the dark. They want to reopen trade with your people. They want to give you their shinies. They have some crazy shit down. You're having some of those P Diddy parties down here. Barry Garcia, Savior of Azeroth. So it's not. He wasn't a Savior of Azeroth so many times. Nolly was. My gnome was, because my God, he's done everything. But not this guy. This guy's too new to do that. Your best bud, adventurer extraordinaire. So I gotta ask, dude, you're working right now. Like, how are you able to watch? You have a job that allows you to do both? That's amazing. Like, it's so cool that you have that freedom. There's a plant fiber that grows in the rum shack. We'll see. Again, I'm getting distracted because these are the side quests. I should be doing the main quest right now. Collect some meat. Yeah, but if anybody wants to check out any of the other horror stories, if anybody cares, completely free. You can watch the narrations on YouTube. It's not on my Nolly the Gnome page, but I should link my personal page so you guys can find them. But I'm sorry I haven't set that up yet. I've done a poor job at promoting myself. But um, they're easy to find. I'll link it for you guys in the Discord. Another reason if you guys want to join. But if anybody likes horror, I've written a lot of original horror stories. It's completely free to read or listen to if you prefer audiobooks. It's all on YouTube in audiobook format for free, and it's for free as well on my Substack if you prefer to read it. Some are short stories, some are a little bit longer. It's all free. So, uh, if you want to be entertained another way besides just me streaming, that's always an option as well. If I were to, I hate comparing myself to anything, but I guess my biggest influence is probably Chuck Palahniuk, maybe. Everybody says Stephen King, and definitely Stephen King. I grew up reading Stephen King, but like probably Rod Serling from the Twilight Zone mixed with a little bit of like Chuck Palahniuk. Oh, giving you the urge to play again. Well, soon. We'll play soon. I would love for you to see delves. Delves are so much fun. It'd be fun to do delves together. Like, I always think group content is more fun, like with friends, because there's no like stakes. You don't have to worry about like wiping. I still need more time with Lyria to learn about Xalatath, when I have learned is very worrying. She often entertains the children while she is in. God, these names, dude. So just play with the kids. Oh, she's got it. All right, let's listen to what she has to say. You suspect nepotism. The backbone of the army. I have tried to rotate her in front lines as part of a reserve rotation. It's only fair. Uh, okay, we'll stay a while and listen. I'm going to say something really quick. God, look how big I am. The one thing I never understood is when I walk slow-mo, they're always still faster than me. It's weird how the pacing is always different. See, I'm slowly losing her. Or it feels like it, maybe not. That must have been scary. Imagine that. Imagine the first time, so you think, so like, oh my god, she's still going. Talking fluent Japanese like me. Imagine thinking like that. Holy moly. So my understand. Oh my God, lady. Okay. So a story that I remember, 'cause she keeps talking about putting her grandchildren on the front lines because at first she like sort of said, well, the reason why my daughters first torn. It's funny that you like can get away with that. I really appreciate the fact that you're willing to do that for me. Like sincerely means a lot. It does. But how I remember the story with Gen Greymane is his son. He was the same thing. Where Gen his duty, I guess, to his people were was held in higher esteem than his own family. So he put his own body on the line with his own men, Gen Greymane, General Gen Greymane, I guess, before he was a Worgen, when he was still a human. I thought he was the same race as these guys, the Arathi, but I could be incorrect. Anyways, I believe that's what Arathi Highlands was for, or was it Alterac? Maybe he was in Alterac Mountains. I think his people lived there, and he fought to protect it. And he asked King Varian Rin, or one of the kings, for help because he was losing the battle. And he's like, "We need more soldiers. My people are going to lose this battle. We're going to lose our land." And I think the king at the time said, "I don't have enough people to give you. We're fighting our own wars on the front lines, and I can't give you any more soldiers." And I think Gen Greymane lost his son in a battle and blamed Stormwind and the humans for that happening. And that's why he was cut off. He didn't speak to them for a very long time. And then when he came back, he was a little bit resentful because he's like, my son died because I asked you guys for help and you didn't give me help when we needed it. I believe it was something along those lines. I read the book a million years ago. If someone wants to correct me, please do. But that's a pretty good story. And then when Gen became a Worgen, my understanding was first they got attacked unexpectedly, which you learn in the Worgen storyline. But then I think they realized if we can control this, this is a superpower. If we're able to harness the animalistic nature of the Worgen, it makes us super fast, super strong. Like it's almost like Wolverine, but you're constantly fighting with that like demon inside of your head to like maintain control. But it's almost like Illyria with the Void, where if she can harness that power, she can use it to her advantage. But at the same time, anytime you use it, you're giving up a little bit of your own like free will in a sense for that power. It's sort of like a trade-off. Awesome. Oh, dude, he was one of my favorite characters. He was such a bad. He's so ruthless. He was such a badass. He wasn't like all like for the light, for the alliance. He was like he was ruthless. He was a general. He cared about his people. He was a sick character. That's why I didn't like Anduin. Anduin was too like rah rah for the light. It's like no, I want a little bit more gradient on my characters. I want my characters to be a little bit flawed. I like that. That's why Batman. I love Batman so much because Batman is super flawed. He means well, but he has a lot of flaws. He's got a lot of trauma. There's a lot going on underneath the surface, and that makes for an interesting character. And that's what I think they did with Anduin now. Now, this actually reminds me of, oh, that's such a neat mechanic as you get closer. That's so funny. Um, how close you are to a hidden child. I want to fill that up, right? So, no, wrong one. That's so strange. There. That's correct, right? Does he find me? Wait a minute, what am I doing wrong? How close you are. Do I do I empty the bar? Maybe I have to empty it. That doesn't seem right. That's definitely not right. That's very strange. Yeah, but it's he was a great character. And the Worgen starting zone was sick too. Like I love the Worgens. So I'm here. I'm too dumb to figure this out. Because this should work. He's not coming over here though. What? I'm gonna Google this. Holy moly, I'm too dumb to figure this out on my own. For sure. Yeah. the gray stories and the motivations, because they're more human. Because life is not so black and white. Hide and seek challenge mode. This can be confusing because the kid runs all over the place and is stealth. As soon as you reach him, he runs off again, so you need to be quick about clicking on him. No. What? The quest did not initially show up. But the object on the map's a bit confusing. So in the house on the second floor, there's a third orphan. Just speak to with one, done. Then outside, 2 to 3 groups. Throw a stone at one target. The other is to play scared something. Takes about 10 seconds. I don't understand. Yeah, lots of emotion behind this one for sure. It's a really good X-Pack because of that. I was saying that earlier, actually. I'm going to try this again because I must have screwed up or something. We're playing hide and seek. One of us is hiding. And you need to find them. Or I did find him, though, I thought. Didn't I? He's not here, the kid. Is he in the tree? Jeez. Is he... Alright, let's watch a YouTube video, because this is not... This cannot be that complicated. This is crazy, man. Not that one, it's this one. Okay. Yeah, it's showing the kid elsewhere. He's not where I've... Okay, so the guy fills the bar. Yep, the bar, yep. Okay. So you're supposed to click something. I clicked it. It didn't work. Is he in here? Was it not the tree? Am I going to the wrong place? Is that the issue? Is it above? It's very strange. I'm going to abandon this quest and redo it. I don't know what's going on. Because the guy went to a different place than I went to, and it's not working for me right now, so we're going to retry. It's very, very strange. Hopefully it'll be a different spot next time, and it'll work, because I don't get it, dude. For sure, the Punisher is brilliant. I actually liked John Bernthal's Punisher. That was a lot of fun. Oh, the quest is there now. Okay. So let's pick it up again. Let's try this again. Is it in here? It's above, right? Oh my god, I'm so brain dead. It's in here. Right? Play with the kid again? Let's play with the kid again. So it's down here. The kid's right here. Alright, let's talk to not that kid instead. We'll talk to this kid. Throw a rock? We throw a rock at a kid? Can you throw a rock at the kid? No, I guess not. What about this one? Alright, throw it to Nerubian. Yeah, the Punisher was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I liked it more than Daredevil, actually, and I know they're in the same universe. Scary Roar? That's fun. Oh, they killed me. That's fun. Let's play with these ones instead of the hide and seek nonsense. There, done. That worked. Screw that. Screw that. That was insane. Way easier. Now the thing's coming. The season of Daredevil with Punisher in it was great. For sure, for sure. Yeah, when Netflix first started, man, like, they crushed. I miss House of Cards, man. Nothing. That flopped so hard in the last season. And I know Misha Gus, Kevin Spacey. I don't care, dude. It was a good show. They really had something special on their hands. And it was crazy how fast it crashed after they got rid of Kevin Spacey. Maybe that's a bad take on my part. But the show was like... I've never felt something become so sanitized so quick. There's no way that I cannot believe that one person carried the show that hard, but it appeared that way after he left. After they killed him off, spoiler alert, or however they got rid of him. I don't remember how they got rid of him. whatever. Uh, he got fired, so they had to. So Kevin Spacey couldn't be in the show anymore. I don't know what happened. I don't remember, but we all know Kevin Spacey got fired. And the next season, I felt like it was homework. I was forcing myself to watch it, saying, "No, the show's still good. It's gonna get better." And just the storylines went so off the rails. It felt too fiction like. Before, things would happen in the show and you're like, could he get away with that? That's sort of sketch, but like maybe it's believable. Maybe like that's how this like government conspiratorial stuff is. Maybe they do kill people and they cover it up. That's possible. But it got to the point where like the conspiracy and like the craziness and the stuff they were getting away with was so nuts. It's like, all right, this they've completely lost touch with like reality now, and it's like science fiction at this point. And it just, in my opinion, it just shit the bed. Without spoiling anything, I was really disappointed in the last season of House of Cards because I loved the show so much. Like, it was such a great show. Now, a show that's more the reason why I liked House of Cards is because it felt very realistic, and then it didn't, and that's what hurt it. A show that doesn't never felt realistic, but it's just a lot of fun is The Old Man, and the new season of that came out, and that's John Lithgow and Jeff Bridges. I'm watching it with the fiance, and the first season was fun. Nothing about it is realistic. It's just pure fun, but who cares? And that's why I like it. If you're going to do one, do one. If you can do the other, but don't do both because then you lose me. If you want to go full unrealistic, Jeff Bridges is in his 80s and he's still kicking people's asses. I'm okay with that because right from the start you said that's what the show is. But if the show has realism for like 4 seasons and then the last season suddenly goes off the wall, it's like this isn't the same show anymore. The whole tone and narrative of the show is now changed, and that kills it. So just like own it for what it is, and it works. But when you slowly try to transition to something else, it's tough. It's tough to make that transition smoothly, in my opinion. Yeah, I felt the last season didn't match the expectations of all the previous seasons, and that really hurt it. And like Dexter is a really good example where we're watching it now, and we're on the season with John Lithgow, which is fun because it's fun to watch John Lithgow play a good guy in Old Man, play a bad guy in Dexter. But it's the best season of the show. But Dexter from the very start was never realistic in my opinion. It was always a little bit like off the wall. Things would happen out of convenience to push the story forward, which I'll accept. A lot of things like, oh, just conveniently happened that he was here, or this person dropped this item here, this person had this conversation. It's convenient writing. But I'm okay with convenient writing as long as it's always been convenient writing, which Dexter always has been. It never tried to be real. It's always just been fun, and I'm okay with that. And that's how that show like that should be, because the show's not meant to be realistic. Like, how could he get away with like it's you know? But it's a fun show. I'm super late to the party with Dexter. I know everybody loved it, but I enjoy it. It's fun. One of the most realistic shows that I've ever seen, and maybe I'm just too dumb, and maybe that's why it's realistic to me. Maybe it's not realistic at all, but from what I've heard, people that are cops in my that I've spoken to have said it's a pretty realistic depiction. Is The Wire? People said that The Wire, the few people that I know that are in law enforcement have said that it's pretty much like that. The inner turmoils, the bureaucracy, having to fight to get cases reopened, stuff like that. They said it's The Wire did a pretty good job representing what being in law enforcement is like, and it was a crazy show. It's super old, and people say it didn't age well, but I still like it very much. I thought it was brilliant. The Wire. It was one of the first HBO shows to really like blow things out of the water. Like, whoa, it's gritty, it's dark, like it's really crazy storylines. And then I think The Sopranos came after, and then just changed the game forever. And like Sopranos, like one of the greatest shows of all time, right? Like I don't think anybody argues that. Like Sopranos, Breaking Bad, they're probably like some of the greatest shows in like the history of like television because it's like one long movie. Like it's so cinematic. It's unbelievable. Vince Gilligan, brilliant, absolute brilliant writer and director. I get so nerdy when we start talking about film and TV. Push them back and pave a bloody path forward. Okay. Kill 15 of the guys. Kill the deep speakers in the grounds. Okay. Cobus. See? Cobus 19. I keep making that joke. It'll never get old. I should get the flight path here, though, before I leave, because I never got it. That's something I think is really neat that they've added, which I never noticed before. Maybe it was there the whole time and I never noticed it. Is if you don't have the flight path, it's green. It's green. I don't have it. So, like, and when you go over it, I didn't notice that either just now. Undiscovered flight point. I like how that's new. That's nice. That's a nice little quality of life improvement. Power World is nuts. No one, I don't know who didn't expect that, but I'm interested to see where that goes. I mean, I remember Torin, I remember watching you play Power World, and I mean, all you guys played it. You guys all enjoyed the hell out of it, and I'm glad you did, because I don't know what's going to happen to it now. That's Nintendo suing them. I don't know if they can still exist. I don't know if they'll have to just reskin everything. I don't know what's going to happen there. It's a very strange situation. I thought from the beginning, though, like, I remember talking to my friend in our chat that we have had for like 20 years already. Fuck, since like Facebook came out. And I was saying, like, they're going to get sued. And I think he said, no, they're okay because they were able to, like, skirt the law. But I didn't think that was the case. I figured Nintendo would just hire, like, these, like, you know, these Johnny Cochran lawyers, right? Like, these just, as Kanye says, these Jays, right? Meaning Jews. But you get these like super Jewish lawyers, and they're like super good at it, right? They're super good at law, and that's who Nintendo has. You know, Mr. Burns has that like team of like 600 lawyers. That's what Nintendo has. Even if it's not illegal, they'll find a way to make it illegal. And I knew that was gonna happen just because like Nintendo's super litigious. Yeah, rules. They'll lose. You think they're gonna lose? Dude, that's crazy. I don't know anything about it, but I just figured like Nintendo is so they have so much money. They can just keep throwing money at it to just exhaust people in like lawyer fees. Like it feels like that's what like they want to do. Like even if they lose, they'll just like I'd rather spend $100 million wasting your time than allowing you to operate. But maybe not. I don't know. It's so funny how Nintendo's like the good guy. They're like the most evil company of them all as far as like litigation goes. It's crazy. Like you know the Mario company, which is like family friendly, like a streamer like says something bad about them and they like sue them for their house. It happens all the time. They're always going after the little guys. Nintendo. It's crazy. I don't know what happened to them. Maybe they've always been like that. I don't know. But if they lose this, that sets a crazy precedent for I imagine what's to come as far as like IPs and like being inspired by IPs, if that makes sense. Because in my opinion, Power World it seems close to another franchise. I wouldn't say it's copied it, but I certainly would say that it certainly is close. And I would not have thought that that would be allowed. But if that is allowed, I don't know the law. I don't know. I don't know the first thing about it. I've never had an interest in Power World just because it's like it wasn't really my kind of game, and plus there's just so much to play still. Like you know, but I don't want people to not be able to play. I don't want people to enjoy it. You know, it sort of sucks if Nintendo would win. I would rather Nintendo lose because then that means a little guy wins. That's cool. Nintendo think, yeah, you said that before, dude. You did say that to me before that the Japanese law is different than the Western law. Interesting. So could it be that they'll win in Japan, but they won't win in the States? Could that be a thing? Or it's an American company? Maybe the Power World guys. It is American, isn't it? Oh, look at that. It's nighttime and interesting. So this I wonder if this is a reference. I could be reaching here. I actually mentioned this when I was streaming, not streaming, when we were playing Baldur's Gate Torin. But this is to anyone listening that watches the VOD later too. There's an H.P. Lovecraft story called Dagoon or Dalgoon. I think it's Dagoon, which is Dagoon, I believe. Spoilers for a story that was written in like 1800. Dagoon is a fish god that lives at the bottom of the ocean. Not Cthulhu, it's a different one. and a person becomes shipwrecked, and they come up to a small town that was hidden in the fog, and all the people there are weird looking, but they take them in, and as nighttime happens, this weird ritual starts happening, and I think they sacrifice the couple to Dagon, and Dagon is a fish god, and they're all half fish people. They look like these guys. They look like this person right here, but you don't know that because they're always hidden the whole time until the end, and I wonder if this whole place is sort of a reference to that story of Dagon because number one, they're all fish people. They look almost identical to how they were described in the story, and it's the same concept where they weren't here, but when nightfall comes is when they all come out. So it just seems coincidentally inspired by that. And I wonder if that's the case because a lot of WoW stuff is, as I've said before, super inspired by Lovecraft. Metzen has never hidden that. He's always been honest that Lovecraft has inspired a lot of his storytelling. And if you want to know something interesting, I'm not going to say it, but Google the name of H.P. Lovecraft's cat because I think that would surprise you. I think it's so funny that the dude was such an original writer, but to be fair, I think a lot of he was super xenophobic, he was super racist, and I don't mean thing is, everybody throws that word around like racism, like it's completely lost its meaning. But H.P. Lovecraft was an actual genuine racist. He was genuinely afraid of specific people because he felt that maybe I guess they would take or they've already taken things from him or his people. I don't know. I don't know the whole history of it, but it's pretty well known that he hated a lot of and because he wrote about it. That's why it's not like it was hidden. He was very open about that, and supposedly a lot of his stories, which we love, were sort of allegories for the way he felt about certain groups of people. Supposedly, Nintendo could win in Japan and lose outside of Japan, so they could pull the game. So that's what I thought was going to happen. If because of what you're saying, that would have been my guess that they'll pull it from Japan. Still, people in Japan are going to play it. They'll pirate the shit out of it, but that's if I were to guess what would happen if Japanese law is like that, like you're saying, Nintendo thinks in Japanese law, not in Western law, then I think that's probably what'll happen. Maybe I'm wrong though. I don't know. I if Power World wins, it's good for all of us. It's good for the gaming industry. I think Nintendo and these companies have too much of a monopoly on the gaming industry, and I think it would only work in our benefit if we can loosen the IP laws a little bit or whatever, whatever. But I'm talking out of my element here. But it feels like a win for the little guy if Nintendo loses this. Cinematic, cinematic, maybe a cinematic, maybe not. True power is creating a game that Nintendo is probably going to try to sue you for and doing it anyways. That's true power. There's another there's another thing around here. I gotta find it. I know I'm fighting, but I'm looking for that thing, that glyph thing. All right, we'll fight this guy. I have to say, man, I was having an okay day. It was all right, but the day always gets better when I start streaming. I love it so much. It's so much fun. I mean, I wasn't expecting you to show up today. That's a pleasant surprise. But even if no one showed up, it's just fun. I just really enjoy it. I'm so grateful that I actually have a computer and an internet connection that's capable of doing it. It's so much fun. It's all I've ever wanted. I've been watching streamers, Christ, for it's like Justin TV, I guess. Like, that's how long I'm. I've been watching Soda Pop maybe since like X Fire, maybe. Like, ugh, just degen. I'm just a pure degen. Yeah, that's fair. This is the best storyline of the three zones I've done so far. This is the best storyline, and I bet the last one will be even better. I see what you're saying about the Japanese. That's insane. Suing for defamation is absolutely insane. You can sue for defamation. That's one thing. For a Google review, though, I don't see how that's defamation if it's true. That's crazy. Seems a little bit Orwellian, trying to control language a little bit in a sense, but whatever. Japan seems like a little bit of a weird place though with stuff like that. You know. Uh, Grounds have been desecrated. I'm going to take a bigger effort, but I would appreciate anything you can do to clean up our grounds. Does she actually want me to clean up? I gotta clean up my own house. Now I gotta clean up here too. Can you check in with my people, see how they're doing? Yeah, old world family honor thing. That's so funny. Speaking of that, have you watched Shogun? Hmm. Oh, now you talked to her too? She said something? How are you doing? Okay. Oh, now Anduin's gonna talk? Oh my. Oh, that's it. Okay. I was gonna go more. Oh wow. Why are they still standing? That's a bug. You're not supposed to be standing. I just thought you were a Worgen. So that is a Worgen. That's a Worgen's body. You can tell by the way they're moving. That's a Worgen animation. Now we have to clean up. Hmm. Right here. Well done on surviving. I think that the only good one is the one that's dead. I could be incorrect, but I believe that was propaganda from Vietnam where they said the only good Viet Cong is Viet Cong that's dead or something along those lines. I think that's what that's a reference to. And I believe that because there's a song called I don't remember the name of the song. Joe and the Country Fish is the band. They were a band of hippies that performed at Woodstock and other places, but their famous performance during Woodstock was a Vietnam protest song called goodness, I can't remember. The lyrics are brilliant. The whole song is about how boy, aren't we lucky that we get to send our kids to die in Vietnam? How lucky are we as a country that we get to kill our own kids by sending them to a useless war? That's the song. And the song references the only good Viet Cong is a Cong that's dead, or something along those lines, which is a reference to the army propaganda at the time. And that's why I believe this is referencing that propaganda that existed back during the Vietnam War, which is like crazy to say something like that because like it goes to show like how like hate fueled it was to be like this is the enemy, you cannot look at them like a human being, you have to look at them like an animal, and you have to put that animal down, which is crazy to say, but like that's how it was back then, you know. It's the whole Vietnam War was just what a disaster. Oy, oy, oy. When you learn about it in, like history books and especially like the propaganda and the way they tried to indoctrinate like kids that were like going there because it was like kids, it was like 19-year-old kids that were like fighting a war, they didn't even know what they were there for. It was insane. And Rod Serling, who is the whole reason I started writing, he inspired me to write, the creator of the Twilight Zone. He was, I believe, drafted into the Korean War. And the reason why he started the Twilight Zone is because I believe he didn't even want to go to war. He was forced into war. He fought. He was supposed to die. I believe his gun jammed when he saw a Korean soldier who was about to kill him, and he accepted his fate because he was pulling the trigger, but I think his gun jammed, and he said, "Well, that's it. This person's about to put me down." And right before he died, I think one of his own men shot the person that was about to shoot him, and he survived. And I guess when his life flashed before his eyes, he got post-traumatic stress, obviously, and he couldn't handle the trauma of almost dying and being in war. So he started writing to understand his feelings, and that writing led to the Twilight Zone. That's why the Twilight Zone is always about the human condition. It's about the psychology of man. It covers these deep philosophical ideas because it's his way of trying to cope with the whole book. I read about his life. His daughter wrote about him. The poor guy had PTSD, and this was at a time in like the 40s and the 50s when like that didn't even exist. They just called it shell shock, and they're like, just like take some barbiturates and tranquilize yourself. So this poor man and these poor soldiers had horrendous PTSD and no help from anybody. They had to just figure it out on their own. It was just absolute tragic. Just absolute tragic. To quote System of the Down, why do we always send the poor? I love it. I love music and art because it's one of the only mediums, not music, but just art in general. People like Oliver Stone, people they do not care. They always raise a big middle finger to the man and say like, shame on you, we're going to expose you for the world. And the kids always seem to love it. Every generation will have artists, filmmakers, musicians, people that paint, whatever it is, that are in protest of what's going on. And it gives kids a voice because the kids they may feel it, but they may not know how to verbalize it. But the books, the movies, it gives you a voice. And I love it so much. Yeah, my System of a Down, like, like Serj Tonkin is brilliant. Like, they all are, but, Serj's done a lot of solo stuff too, and I think he's very politically involved. And you could tell because when you hear him speak, you're like, this guy's got a lot going on upstairs. He's not just another rock and roller. He's clearly a really intelligent guy. There's another quest here I missed. Right here. Oh, I missed one of the survivors. See, I'm speaking my Japanese again. Wait a minute. Where is it? Where did I miss it? Right here. It's true. War is hell. Okay, it is after 5 though. I probably should call it soon. I look so forward to the next stream, which will be today is Thursday, so that means we do Sunday, right? I forgot my own stream schedule. Oh, Sunday, right, but we're doing Boulder's Gate. I don't know if I'm gonna figure out the thing by then. So maybe we'll still do it Sunday, we'll do it before or after. I'll let you guys know. If anyone's watching, I'll update it on the YouTube, and I'll also put it into the Twitch, the schedule, but I'll also say it on the Discord. So if anybody wants to join the Discord, or anybody wants like real-time updates, Discord, that's what the Discord will be for. It's completely free to join. The link I hope should work. I checked it earlier and it worked, so it should still work. So we'll hand this quest, and I think we'll wrap it up. Because, there you go. So that will take us to the new zone. Lights Redoubt will take us probably to the new zone, which is probably around here somewhere. Right there. It'll take us right there. So it's taking us to a new chunk of the area. So we'll save this here. I won't pick this up yet. It certainly does. You're absolutely correct. It gives you a different perspective, 100%. So we'll leave this here. We'll go to the new zone then next time. I cannot express my gratitude for anyone that showed up today. That's crazy, as always. We went a little bit over, which is exciting. Um, yeah, thanks, guys. Join the Discord if you care to check out the stories. Uh, I will do a better job providing links and linking my other YouTube channel because it's my personal channel. This is my gaming channel. I didn't want to post my stories on my gaming channel because I wasn't even streaming at the time when I started uploading them on my personal channel. But I will add it. I'll in my gaming channel at the bottom. It'll say like my personal channel link or something. I'll figure it out. I don't know, guys. It'll definitely be the Discord too to link the two. Um, I still got to figure it out, but I think it's probably easier to not keep them as separated moving forward because it's just too much to maintain two separate things in my opinion. I won't upload this. I'll upload the story still to my main channel, but I had two separate Discords, one for the writing, one for the gaming. It may just be easier to just have like a Lorne Discord that's mostly like streaming and stuff, and then we'll have one just section that's just for the writing. And if you don't care, you don't click it. If you care, the option's there. I think that may be easier than having a whole separate Discord because I could be incorrect, but it seems like generally when people start doing stuff like this and streaming, they have other interests that are not just the one stream. And it seems like people that follow are happy to share that interest or happy to embrace whatever the person's passionate about. So if I'm incorrect and you guys are like, Jesus Christ, will you please shut the hell up with the writing? I'll stop. But I imagine that some people will say, no, we're happy to support you by just checking it out or whatever. And if that's the case, I want to give people that opportunity. I don't, maybe I'm just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just rambling now. Who knows? We'll figure it out as we go along. That's what I'm saying. Thank you dearly to everybody. Uh, Helps when you grow up Armenian dealing with, yeah, 100%. 100%. He came from a war-torn country, right? Like I thought I read American at first. I'm sorry. So I see Armenian. Yeah, he came from a war-torn country. And that's why I think he's so educated in it. He's clearly a very well-educated, well-read man. Clearly, he knows what he's talking about. Um, but I want to thank everybody so much. If you've made it this far, you can join the Discord. The link is in the bio. If you want to check out the writing, you can Google sessions with Dr. Botgore, Botgore, or you could just type in my name, Lorne Bronstein. That's public. That's the name of my website, lornebronstein.com. My Instagram is my name. It should probably be all over my Twitch. You can just copy and paste it. Oh, hey, dude. Oh, dude, that's so kind. Wow, I was just calling it. Now you popped in here. That's crazy. How did you find? May I ask how you found it? How you know this my gaming channel, but how you still found the horror stuff? That's crazy. I really appreciate that. Um, but yeah, we're gonna try to link it up. All that razzmatazz, sugars and jazz. I'm probably not going to stream tonight, but if anybody wants to join the Discord, if I am on WoW and you want to still play, I'm probably going to do some chill time walkings. If anybody wants to join, as long as you can get into the dungeon, I don't care how geared you are. You actually, that's crazy that you found it, dude. Thank you. Like, you made my day. If nothing else, that made my day. Seriously, I cannot express my gratitude enough. But yeah, if anybody wants to join the Discord, if I run some, I may do like a Black Temple tonight. I may make a group or some time walkings or even delves. So if anybody wants to join, as long as you can enter, that's all I care about. Is as long as you can play it. I don't care what your item level is. I don't care what your level is. Let's just have some fun. Um, I'm sorry, Phantom, to call it right now because I was just about to hop off. But I'll ask the fiance how she's feeling and if she's hungry yet. If she's not hungry, maybe we can go for another. Maybe we can go to 5:30 because I see a few people join, which is pretty exciting. So I'll ask her and quickly bio at the same time because I've drank way too much coffee. I gotta pee. But if she's cool, maybe we'll go to 5:30. We'll go a little bit longer. Go to the next zone, do one or two more quests, and then we'll call it because I feel bad for people to join just to leave right now. Give me like a minute, quick pee, and I'll ask for a quick question. Okay, friends. So we're gonna go a little bit longer. A little bit longer. Because you guys are so kind. Um, not starving. So I thought this. I thought, how about we do this? We'll go to like 5:30ish, but this is what we'll do. We'll call it whenever it's done. I have a quest for a delve. I haven't done the delve yet. I know it's around here. Because she's not even hungry yet. So there's this delve right here. I haven't even explored it. So why don't we explore it together for the first time? When the delve is done, we'll just call the stream. That way, at least everybody knows it's a start and finish point. I imagine the delve's going to take like 10, 15 minutes at most. That way, like, at least the people that joined last minute get to see a little bit of content if they care, even if they're not here, no problem. But I still need to do the delve anyways, so we'll bang it out, and then we'll call it until next time. And yeah. So I haven't done a 3. I've just been doing it for quests because I didn't think you'd get much for it. Let's try delve 2. I've done 3 before. Hmm. Let's do it. Sick, dude. Do you want to do you play WoW? I mean, I've never done a delve with anybody else, but if you'd like to join, anybody watching is welcome to join. Uh, I can make a group. I've never done it in a group setting. I don't know how much that changes the scaling. Oh wow, that sounds pretty good actually. You always make such intricate dishes, Torin. Probably cheating tonight and just making like something easy, salmon, mashed potatoes. I'm like so I eat mashed potatoes so often. I never knew how to make it, and like, how do you not know how to make mashed potatoes? I just never. I don't eat potatoes that often, but I always loved mashed potatoes. And recently, someone's like, it's the simplest thing in the world. Like you literally boil them, and like that's pretty much it. And that was the worst thing to do is teach me how to do that because now it's all I make. Sure, dude, no problem. Let's do it. So I wonder what this one is. Destroy the brazier. Brazers? Is that how you say brazers? So this is the cultists. Interesting, man. Wait, so that's gonna. Is this detection or is that fear? Let's stand in this, see what happens. Spotted. I see. That's an interesting mechanic. But then it goes away. Oh no, it comes back. It comes back. Wait a minute. Can I if I so then it targets me, will they get hit by it? Does it hit them? Maybe not. I can't tell. But you just avoid it. I get it. Okay. I know some of the mechanics you can use against the enemies themselves, and that's sort of what you're supposed to do, it seems like. Like the mushrooms that explode in one of the other delves. You pull the enemies into the mushrooms before they explode, and then the enemies take the tick damage, the dot damage, which is very clever. And I know in like Delve 8, that's what you have to do to fight some of them. I know there's going to have way too much health, and you're going to have to kite the enemies through the debuff to help you DPS. I made mashed potatoes before with sauteed onions and mushrooms. I know one makes up some cheddar added. Yeah, I know like a lot of people make like all kinds of special mashed potatoes. Like I have a really I have a lot of dietary issues, so my poor fiance like eats so plain. To be fair, I don't stop her from eating whatever she wants, but often she's like, I don't have to cook two things, and I'm like lactose intolerant. And it's just so. But yeah, she does like eating like that as well. And I know people get really fancy with mashed potatoes and stuff. I hate mushrooms so much. They're so good for you. I try so hard to eat them. I've tried so many variations, and I'm fascinated by them. But I gotta get over the texture because they're so rubbery, and texture is huge with me. It's my biggest thing. It's not even flavor. Like texture is everything to me. And I struggle with the mushroom texture so much, but I gotta include it in my diet because they're like one of the healthiest things you can eat. It's very kind of you to check out the horror stories. I'll be honest with you, everything posted there is not like my super best work. Some of it is better than others. I think Cost of Beauty is probably my best one. Lenny is better too. The one I have coming out soon, though, I think is definitely my best story. But there's so much there because it's not all quality because I had a bit of a fun experiment where last year for October, I insisted that I write a story every single day for the month, the day of. I made those stories the day of. And that was inspired by a singer-songwriter by the name of Jonathan Colton. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but a few years ago, he was doing something where he would write one song every week for a whole year. And he did that for a few years. And you can imagine how difficult that is to sing and write a song every week for a whole year for a couple of years. So I said, why don't we do a short story or a poem every day for the month of October because it's the Halloween month. So that's why I don't feel all the stories are super strong, but it was more an experiment of like, can you just do it? And we did. So that's why there's so many stories up there. But then we're doing it again this October again every day for October. I don't even have all the stories done yet, but there's a story that I've been working on for quite a while, which is coming out I guess after October technically. Maybe I'll release it on Halloween. It's a very long one, about 20,000 words. It's going to be free for everybody to read, but I think that one is a much better representation of what I'm capable of. I put a lot of effort in that one, and I hope you guys will enjoy reading it as much as I enjoy, or listening to it as much as I enjoyed writing it, because I feel it's very original, and I'm really excited about it. And I'll be honest with you, it's hard to talk like this because just feels weird to like hype yourself up, but I'm trying to follow my psychologist's advice and have a little bit of confidence in anything I do. So yeah, just as I'm reading it, uh, I've read it over and over and over 1,000 times, trying to correct stuff, trying to fix stuff, and as I read some lines, I'm like, hey, that's a pretty good line. Hey, that's a pretty good chapter. Like, you know, when I impress myself, which I think my harshest critic, I think there's something there. Um, so that's just why I'm really excited about it. Yeah, and it also helps that it's free. That like maybe I don't feel as bad sort of pushing it a little bit because it's like, look, if you don't like it, at least you didn't lose anything. Dehydrated mushrooms, blend them into a powder. That is fascinating. You are brilliant, man. So I don't like green beans. Again, a texture thing. So what I've been doing is I would put them in the mashed potatoes. That you know what I do to myself? When you have a dog that needs to take medication, you take cheese and you wrap the pill in the cheese so the dog doesn't know the difference. I literally do that to myself all the time. When I don't want to eat something, but I know it's good for me, I wrap it in foods that I like so I can't tell like texture wise. And that's what I do every morning with oatmeal. I in my morning oatmeal, I have chia seeds and flaxseed ground. The flax I don't mind so much, you can't taste it, and it's like so ground, I don't notice it. But the chia you notice a bit, and it adds like thickening. But when you eat it with peanut butter, with the oatmeal, with the banana, with the blueberry, you don't taste it as much. You don't notice it as much, so it's easier to like get away. You get the health benefits, but I don't have to like deal with it as much. If that makes sense. I trick myself like I'm a dog. This is a Delve 2, I'm pretty sure. So we're definitely gonna go over 530, but that's okay. So this is a lot easier than I was expecting it to be, considering it said the item level that was required. Like, I'm only taking this damage because I'm not healing myself. I could heal myself and avoid all this damage, or step in these things, and like... I'm generally very conservative with my cooldowns. I always have been, and I should be a little bit more liberal with them because I sit on cooldowns all day long. Especially on my Warlock. I really should be more liberal with my cooldowns and just use them more often than I do, but... I don't know. My biggest fear is like not having them when I need them. That's why I'm so like I conserve them until like I absolutely need it, because I'm afraid like if the second I use it, something's gonna happen, and it's like that's why I died because I didn't have my cooldown because I was an idiot and I used it too much. A really good example like is my demonic tyrant on my lock. My God, I only use it for boss fights, but like I don't know when the right time to use it is because like if I use it for like a big mob pull, then like what if like the boss is right there and we pull the boss and I don't have a tyrant up and it's like, oh, I should have saved the tyrant for the boss. I don't know. I am getting more excited the more I talk about it to play my lock. I just want to do the story on Barry first to get the whole story, and then we'll just power through it on my warlock. But the warlock seems like a lot of fun. And I did one delve on my lock, who's like my old main. And holy moly, is demonology so much fun. And I said that before last time. I'm sorry for anyone that already watched. Demonology is just like a blast. The one thing I want for demonology is bring back our demon form, you cowards. You stole it from us. You don't steal things from warlocks. Warlocks steal things from you, not the other way around. We want it back. Jeez. Sucks. Gave it to demon hunters. They stink. I have a demon hunter. As a demon hunter, take it away from me, please, and give it back to my warlock. How could you do that? Oh, you're killing me. Do you know how cool demon form was? Oh, breaks my heart every time I see it in Cataclysm. The dehydrated mushrooms is brilliant. I'm gonna look into that. Yeah, but when I played Cataclysm, man, oh, demon form was so epic. It was so cool to pop into demon form and just nuke stuff. And I know that's literally why I played Season of Discovery a little bit. Because when I saw that you could tank on a warlock, I'm like, I don't even care about tanking. I just want to be a demon again. It was so cool to go all big and purple. It's so cool. I'm praying that they know how much we like warlocks being like transforming into a demon, and I'm hoping that down the pipeline, maybe in like the next X pack, that's something they have up their sleeve, where they're like, guess what, warlocks, you finally get to be a demon again, and everybody at BlizzCon is gonna go crazy. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping they have a whole bunch of neat stuff up their sleeve for like next X packs to be like, you know how you always wanted this? Well, here it is. I feel like they do that intentionally, where like there's a lot of stuff probably for the next two X packs that are coming out that they haven't released yet, uh, and they hold on to it intentionally because they're like, look, they got enough this time. We still need exciting things for next one, so that'll be for X Pack 2, and this one will be for X Pack 3. And I'm okay with that because this is enough for me now. I'm happy, I'm content, this works. And I'm excited to see what comes in the future because what they've already given us, I think, is pretty great. And I think that as far as this X Pack goes, I already consider it a success. I already think it's much better than Shadowlands. I think it's much better than Battle for Azeroth. It's way better than Warlords of Draenor. And I enjoy it a lot more than Dragonflight. I'm having way more fun than Dragonflight. So, I don't know how you guys feel, but this feels more aligned with the World of Warcraft we all loved than some of the previous X Packs. And that feels really good to say that out loud. It really does. Because I care about this game a lot. And I was sort of sad seeing the direction it was going. And I didn't have a lot of hope for this X Pack. I'll be honest with you. I've been burned so many times in previous X Packs that I didn't have a lot of hope for this one. So I'm very pleasantly surprised. Ooh, that is sketchy. Fair enough. Yeah, because if you breathe in flour, it's dangerous, they say, right? Causes, like, cancer or something. Although I've probably breathed in a lot of flour in my life, to be honest with you. Probably explains a lot. Oh, I thought that was me. That is me. I thought that was the enemy, I mean. That's my stuff. So, an update, if anyone has been following like my sixth snake, he's doing much better. I had to give him another shot yesterday. He has 3 more shots left, and then he's done his antibiotic, which is very exciting. I just got a text that my package arrived. I actually ordered him something, and I've never dealt with something like this before, but he's having trouble shedding because this whole situation that led to him getting sick in the first place. So his shed is all screwed up now. And I've been giving him baths every day, as recommended from the vet, but he hates it so much, and it's so stressful for him. And I hate doing it to him because I can tell that he's stressed out, but it's helping remove the skin. It is helping. But I Googled something yesterday, and you can get something that you spray on them instead, and the skin is very dry. That's why it's not coming off. Normally, when a snake sheds, they shed in one single piece, one long. It looks like a snake. That's like literally how they're supposed to shed. But because you got sick, his shed is coming off in like flakes and pieces, and it's very uncomfortable for him. It's hard for me to help him. So this thing that I got him, which just arrived, is it's a spray for reptiles that sort of moistens the dry skin so it comes off easier. So I'm hoping I can finally stop bathing him. And when I bought this product for him, it was cheap, thankfully. I'm going to spray it on him tonight, and it's got stuff in it like jojoba oil and stuff like that, which I didn't even know was safe for them. But the brand that I bought it from is a very reputable, well-respected brand in the industry, so that's how I know it's safe. Plus, all the reviews said it was safe. Many people have used it. You don't really need to give them anything to help them with shedding, so as long as their conditions are correct. But because this is a very extreme circumstance, that's why we're using it. But I look forward to reporting how well it worked next stream because I am losing so much sleep over this. It's stressing me out, and my poor fiance has to deal with me being like such a maniac because I feel so bad. I've had him for like 19 years, and he's always been fine. And then I've had one mechanical error because of his I have something that tracks the humidity and heat, and it screwed up on me, and that's when he got sick. And I feel so bad that it happened to him, and all I've been trying to do is get him better, and it's taking way too long, and it's just it kills me that I can't do anything to help him any more than I'm already doing, and I just have to wait it out. So I'm hoping this is going to expedite the process a little bit. I'm sure any of you that have like pets or kids can understand like how hard it is to watch something you love so dearly suffer and you feel so helpless. I feel like there's treasure up here or something. Usually there is. Druid talents are so crazy strong. Although I did hear that some people were struggling in the higher level delves because the scaling is insane. I don't know how true that is. I have to complete the storyline in order to run anything higher than a 3. But the people that have run like 8s, they said like 8s are insane, the scaling. It used to be so much easier, and then a patch happened, and people say like everything is like crazy hard now. I'm interested to see. All right, what's here? There's got to be something here. Right? I knew it. Chest. What is that we just got? Standard. Contains flint, steel, and a... Is that you hand that in for something, or... I don't know what that was. Maybe that was XP or something? Alright, let's... Is this the end? This is probably the end right here? Maybe not. Oh, it's definitely the end. It's definitely the end. Alright, settle down, you. Well, he's not hurting me, he just has a lot of health. I see, I get it now. So I can stand here because it's over there, I get it. Fire! Can you stun him, I wonder? Nope, immune. Come on, buddy. Well, we're going to end it around here, I guess, after we finish this. So I really appreciate everybody showing up. That was super exciting. That's still surreal that anybody finds this little channel we have on our little corner of the internet, but thank you. Mm. I'm so used to playing with one hand because I use my like I used to have a Naga, a Razer Naga, but now it's a Logitech mouse. But still, like I play with one hand because I'm using my thumb for the hotkeys. I always did. I don't just play with one hand. Like I do move, you know, with my left hand, but I could do it with one hand too, right? Like it's easy. What's this now? Parachute. Oh, neat. Well, let's just open the egg because we don't need to, but let's do it because. Wait, where's the treasure room? Down there? I think it's down there. Yeah. Oh. Oh, I see it throws you there. Gotcha. Could I just... What if I just go... Oh! I forgot. Yeah, they do that where you do the same delve, but there's like different storylines in the same delve. That's neat. Is that another upgrade? No, it's not an upgrade at all, actually, because it's the same stats entirely, except this one has a special ability. Another thing, when any player, oh, all right. When any player uses a defensive ability with a cooldown of 30 seconds or longer, the idol activates and heals them for 1% of their maximum health every 1 sec. So it heals them for 10% of their maximum health, essentially. Every time you use a cooldown over 30 seconds. The thing is, most of my mitigation cooldowns are not that long. That's half a second. That's 27 seconds. So that says 30, right? Did it say 30 seconds? 30 seconds. So that doesn't count. It would just be survival instincts, I think, right? Or bark skin. If I were to use bark skin, I would get the healing. That doesn't seem as good as some of the other options still, in my opinion. But I'm curious to know what anyone else thinks. Yeah, I know you and my friend, I don't say his name on here to respect his privacy, but he loves it too, man. He uses all that crap, and it's like it's crazy to watch him use it because it seems so complicated. But well, guys, you guys are the crazy, man. You really made my day. Thank you so much, everybody. You guys are, I mean, I don't know what the hell I did to deserve this, but sincerely, thank you. It was a lot of fun today. I always feel better after I stream because you guys are the best. But I will see you guys probably Sunday. Even if we don't do Boulder's Gate, we'll stream either before or after. But I'll update it on the YouTube, and I'll also update it on the Discord as well as put the thing in my Twitch. I'll put the schedule on my Twitch when I know. But have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you guys again for everything. It was a blast chatting with you all. Until next time, Nolly the Gnome out.